Before I leave for California, I want to briefly speak about what's happening in Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. Today, thanks to the quick action of my administration over the past few days, Americans can have confidence that the banking system is safe. Your deposits will be there when you need them. Small businesses across the country, the deposit accounts at these banks can breathe easier knowing they'll be able to pay their workers and pay their bills. And their hardworking employees can breathe easier as well. Last week, when we learned of the problems of the banks and the impact they could have on jobs of small businesses and banking system overall, I instructed my team to act quickly to protect these interests. They've done that. On Friday, the government regulator in charge, the FDIC, took control of Silicon Valley Bank's assets. And over the weekend, it took control of Signature Bank's assets. Treasury Secretary Yellen and a team of banking regulators have taken action, immediate action. And here are the highlights. First, all customers who had deposits in these banks can rest assured they'll be protected and they'll have access to their money as of today. That includes small businesses across the country that bank there and need to make payroll, pay their bills, and stay open for business. No losses will be, and this is an important point, no losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Let me repeat that. No losses will be borne by the taxpayers. Instead, the money will come from the fees that banks pay into the deposit insurance fund. Because of the actions that our regulators have already taken, every American should feel confident that their deposits will be there if and when they need them. Second, the management of these banks will be fired. If the bank is taken over by FDIC, the people running the bank should not work there anymore. Third, investors in the banks will not be protected. They knowingly took a risk, and when the risk didn't pay off, investors lose their money. That's how capitalism works. And fourth, there are important questions of how these banks got into the circumstance in the first place. We must get the full accounting of what happened and why those responsible can be held accountable. In my administration, no one is above the law. And finally, we must reduce the risk of this happening again. During the Obama-Biden administration, we put in place tough requirements on banks like Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, including the Dodd-Frank law to make sure that the crisis we saw in 2008 would not happen again. Unfortunately, the last administration rolled back some of these requirements. I'm going to ask Congress and the banking regulators to strengthen the rules for banks to make it less likely this kind of bank failure would happen again, and to protect American jobs and small businesses. Look, the bottom line is this. Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe. Your deposits are safe. Let me also assure you we will not stop at this. We'll do whatever is needed. On top of all of it, let's also take a look at a moment to put the situation in a broader context. We've made strong economic progress in the past 2 years. We've created more than 12 million new jobs, more jobs in 2 years than any president has ever created in a single 4-year term. Unemployment is below 4%.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity, and salutations and blessings to the hope for elect, believing on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. In the opening video, you seen President Biden speaking on the bank failures, all right? You had this one right here, the SVP, and you had another one in New York, all right? And he was speaking on how they're now going to step in for the people who actually made deposits regarding those banks. But what this guy is essentially saying, that is peace, man, all right? But to the contrary, all hell is set to break loose real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians. Because, see, this thing is going to lead to more perplexity, more perilous times, you know, and you people are gonna wish you never trust in this shadow. All right, you're gonna wish you never put your trust in Pharaoh. All right, but this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, your banks, your funds are safe. That's what he stated. All right, you have nothing to worry about. You see, this is nothing but plans of the wicked elite. All right, to forward their enterprise of implanting you with that thing. All right, to put that digital awe in you. All right, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you're not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Shah. It don't matter how much you try and put it off, man. Prophecy is going to play out. It's going to come to pass. Now, we just get a little bit of this article, okay? It says, billionaire Bill Ackman has warned of vast and profound consequences of the U.S. government by letting Silicon Valley Bank fail without protecting all depositors. No company will take even a tiny chance of losing $1 of deposits, as there is no reward for this risk. Absent a system-wide FDIC deposit guarantee, more bank runs begin Monday a.m., he cautioned. All right. Now, it was certain banks that had bank run. All right. Well, this thing is just going to grow, man. This is the words of Yahweh Shah. All right. Remember the scriptures say this place has to be turned upside down. Let's get that. Right. The place where the evil is sown. This is 2 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Right. The evil is sown. All right. But it has to build up to its measure. All right. The plague's going to come upon this place in its perfection. Okay. Verse 29, it says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown, where is that? America, Babylon the Great, pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So it don't matter what you do to stave off that day. You can implement as many stimulus as you want. You can implement as many bailouts as you want. No, you're not going to put off this day, man. You're not going to put off the judgment of Yahweh Shah. It's going to come to pass. Right? Jeremiah. And we're going to get this second article I have. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon. How do you flee out of the midst of Babylon? Well, you do it by way of a mindset. All right? You're not going to get on any plane, okay, and escape the judgment of Yahweh Shah. No, it has to be a total renewing of your mind. All right? You had these different bank runs. It's a lot. All right, Salakia about that. But yeah, how do you flee out of the midst of Babylon? By way of a mindset. By having your mind renewed. Okay? Again, this is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Yeah, the Lord's going to pay America, Babylon the Great back. Okay? It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and have made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Yeah, man, you got a contagion going on, all right, in Asia. okay, regarding their banks. They're now having bank runs because of what? The sudden failing of those two banks here in America, Babylon the Great. It says Babylon has suddenly fallen. Excuse me, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take bond for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Yeah, if so be, this whore may be healed, man. But you can't heal this whore, man. All right, the Lord has hit this place with a very grievous blow, and it's just going down piece by piece. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. So this place has met her measure, man. That's why you see the storms, the tempests. All right, California under heavy snow, flood watch. All right, more rain coming in this week, man. All right, you got the northeaster going on in the northeast, man. These are all judgments of Yahweh Shah, and he's visiting this place. Okay, it's only going to get worse. This is Zephaniah, because see, this is prophesied, so it's going to happen. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Yeah, it's going to be a stock market crash, man. These banks, all right, who have their investment in the stocks, all right, all those things are intertwined together, man. Okay, it says, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh," and Maktesh was an old commerce, all right, where business was conducted. See, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. See that? So that's what's approaching America, Babylon the Great, and there's no kind of stimulus, no kind of bailout that's going to stave this prophecy off. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Yeah, when you heard this truth, it should have compelled you to repent and come back to your power, because all hell is set to break loose. While the evil days come not, see, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, and they are proceeding fastly approaching. Right? It says, while the sun or the moon or the sun, I'm a little excited, Salakia. When you see prophecy play out, you get amped up, man. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, yeah, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, right? Nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, see that? Who are the keepers of the house? These stock market prognosticators, man. All right, who are minions, for lack of a better word, of the global elite, right? It says the global banking elite. You see, it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and that's the results of those bank runs, man. People are not having any hope in now this financial system, man. Okay, and once again, it's going to lead to that digital R. It's going to lead to that RFID CHIP. All right, because that's going to be a convenience for you people. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Yeah, it don't matter what plans these devils come up with. Guess what? It's not going to be for their good. All right? That's why it says a perverse spirit, a twisted spirit, man. It's going to cause Egypt to err in every work. This Egypt being America, Babylon the Great, spiritual Sodom and spiritual Egypt, right? You will go to Egypt again on ships, right? Joel 3 and 19. What is that? Edom and Egypt shall be a desolation. So this is that same Egypt, man, right? It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So it don't matter. Whatever you try and present, guess what? Prophecy is going to play out. Thus saith the Lord in its time. Remember, it says the Lord does not move nor stir until the said measure be fulfilled. Let's get that right quick. We'll come back. Right? Well, that's what we're seeing playing out. The said measure is being fulfilled. You see? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4. And, no, it's in 4. Let's open it up. Right? Does not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Right? Thought it was 31. Let's see. Nope, 37. Salakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37. It says, by measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. And he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. And that's how you know we're in that said measure. All right? Because the Lord is stirring things up. All right? This is Isaiah, back in Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So from your, all the way from your, stock market prognosticators, all the way into the lowly one who's doing in the investing. All right, all the way to your lowly grocery store worker, man. Guess what? There's not going to be any work for Egypt. Okay? In that day shall Egypt be like unto women. It shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And we're telling you your fate, man. We're telling you that this place is doomed, man. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to put it off. Okay? So it don't matter what Biden presents or any of these other pharaohs that set up here in Egypt. It's going to all end up going the way that Yahweh Shah has it, which is going to result in the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Okay? That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Lord willing, coming next year with another lesson. Till the next time, I say Shalom, DTA, and a Bible ball soon.